buzz going on right now about a Canadian horror film called Undertone. The story is about a paranormal podcaster that receives an anonymous audio recordings about a mysterious couple, and as they continuously listen, things get darker not just in the recordings, but also the things around them. While the synopsis may not really be re-innovating towards the horror genre, this film really does stand out in a very unique way. By only showing two characters on screen the whole time, while every other character is either presented off screen through their voice or basically through an audio recording, thus conveying the true horror through the sound design. I only saw the teaser trailer that presented itself with some mixed baggage of audio and then some subliminal creepy imagery, and I was curious enough just to go watch the movie. Little did I know that Undertone is actually exactly what I wanted in a horror film. Holy crap, this movie actually really terrified me to the point where I was actually covering my eyes with barely an eyeball popping out between the fingers. This is a very tense, creepy, atmospheric film that doesn't rely too heavily on jump scares, but instead uses sound as a vital necessity to which it uses our imagination to tell the story. And that praise very much has to go towards the brilliant direction, the terrific acting from our lead actress, and of course to the sound department. I mean, go figure. And I've heard other reviews online about what other people are saying about this film. I get it, sometimes this movie is not going to be for everyone's taste, because I know that there's some moviegoers out there that rather just have something go boo right in front of them and just pop up in front of the screen and just scare the living hell out of them. The only thing I would just give a heads up on is just the first act, because it really much is a slow burn, and you're probably like wondering like, when the heck is it ever going to get any better? Trust me, you're just going to have to get just past that first act and then you're just full on board with it. I can actually see some people actually being a bit divisive towards the ending. I'm not going to give any spoilers away. When they go watch this movie, they're going to be like, what? That's it? But this is the type of movie that is just made for the imagination to bring the horror to life, and that is very much reminiscent of some other past horror classics that I love dearest most to me, kind of like Jaws, Alien, Psycho. You know, sometimes what we make in our minds is actually much more scary than what we actually see right in front of us. I'm gonna give Undertone a 9.5 out of 10. If you want to see something much more different than your typical horror film, then I highly recommend it just to give it a little bit of a shot. And hey, I'm actually brave enough to admit it. I left the theater slightly numb, and it took a little bit longer for me to fall asleep later that night.